Hello, boring vlogs people. How are you this fine day? Me? Well, I'm pretty darn dandy. That's how I am. I'm just here eating my lunch, and I look over, and there's this guy in a truck, like, parked underneath this tree over here. And then he starts backing up, like, into the curb. And I'm like, what is he doing? And then he, like, gets up on the curb and backs up even more. And I'm like, he's gonna, like, hit the tree or something. And then I realize that he's doing it so that he can get underneath his truck easier and look under it. See, check this out. He's over there under it right now. See? Now he might see me. Now he's see? So I mean, that's actually, hopefully you can see it. But then I was like, okay, that's actually kind of a smart idea. Like, instead of going and if he doesn't have a jack or something like that, and he needs to look under his car for something, and it's a cheap and easy way to get underneath your car easier. Even though, I don't know. I mean, you would assume that you could get underneath a truck without having to jack it up, really, but maybe it isn't quite raised up enough for him to get underneath it regularly. But yeah, at first I was like, okay, this guy's a crazy person. At first I actually thought, is that a girl? I couldn't tell if it was a girl or a guy driving. I was like, at first I thought it was a girl. I was like, is she trying to back up over that? Like, what is she doing? She keeps hitting it. I don't understand what she's doing. And I was like, oh, okay. When the guy got out, then I realized it was a guy. And I wasn't just assuming that it was a woman because I thought she was driving, because I thought they were driving weird, you know. I don't just assume that women are bad drivers. I've seen examples of it. So I know they are. No, just kidding. But yeah, so I thought it was a woman to begin with, but then, you know, it turned out to be a guy. And then it turned out to actually be a pretty good idea. But I mean, given all the crazy stories that I've heard about lately, just crazy everywhere. That's what's going on. Like, you know, the guy who got his face eaten off in Florida. And then there was just another story today that I heard about where a guy was holding a knife, threatening to hurt himself, so somebody called 911. 911 got there, and the dude stabbed himself over 50 times, all over his entire body. Then the cops, when they got there and saw that, were like, okay, never mind, let's call the SWAT team. SWAT team comes in, and then they sprayed him with pepper spray, which he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to take that challenge. I'll take your pepper spray and raise you my own intestines and skin, and threw that at them. And I think he won. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they were a bit more grossed out about having organs and skin thrown at them than he was pissed off about having pepper spray sprayed at him. I'd just like to point out this heavy-set gentleman right here on the moped. I just found that to be a little entertaining when he drove by. I'm not making fun of the gentleman. I'm just saying I don't think I've ever seen a larger person on a moped before. It's just an unusual sight for me. Like, honestly, I've seen lots of people on mopeds around here, but they've all been skinny little guys or girls. So, just, you know, a change of pace from what I normally see. And, you know, this is just like a diary of my day, sort of. Or at least, you know, the half of my day that's happened up till this point. So I'm just recording that for future memory, so I can go back if I ever see another heavier set gentleman on a moped and be like, oh, I've seen that before. What day was that? That was day 126 of my vlogs. That's what it was. That's what 126. That's what this one should be. I'm pretty sure. Sometimes I mess up the number and I'm off by one, and then I have to go rename it again because sometimes I'll name it wrong. But, you know, it gets confusing sometimes to memorize what day you're on. But, you know, I've also missed probably about maybe 10 days total out of that. That's pretty good. I mean, it's not like I have much of an audience to make a every single day vlog for. But some people watch it. Hi, some people. But yeah, so just, you know, craziness all over the place. People eating people throwing pieces of themselves, people backing their cars up over curbs, and heavier set people on mopeds. I guess that's not that crazy. But frankly, I mean, I'm surprised that the moped has, those things can't be that powerful, really. But I guess electric motors do have a good amount of torque actually to get them going when they start. So maybe he's pretty well off. I don't know. I just don't know. And then I just saw there's just a guy that went by me on a bicycle, which always like surprises me that people have the balls to bike around the streets here, because none of these streets, like, I enjoy bicycling, and I did it like every single day for a good while when I lived back in San Diego. I would go down to the Miramar Lake and go around it a few times and then go home. And I loved it because, you know, it was great. That was the exercise I got back then, is I biked, and it was fun. You know, it's a great exercise. It's just like sweat a lot. It just feels good. And actually, it doesn't feel that good, but it's good knowing that I did it. Like, that's the thing that felt good. Doing it, it's like, oh god, I'm sweaty, I'm hot, I'm thirsty. I always had a water bottle, but it was one of those gross, like, plastic water bottles that you can never get the plasticky taste out of the water. Like, it always makes your water taste plasticky. It's gross. So yeah, I drank only when I really needed to out of that. But yeah, so like, I want to bike around here, I really do, especially now that I have nothing better to do. But my bike's also back in San Diego, and it might fit in my car, like, because my back seats can fold down, so maybe next time I go down there, I'm going to try to fit it in here, and if I can, then I'll bring it up here, and I'll find someplace. I mean, even if I just ride it around the residential area, sort of, that I'm in, and not on city streets, major streets, then maybe I'll just do that. Because I'd really like to ride my bike again. I enjoyed doing that. But yeah, that's about it. I guess I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And yeah, so long. Bye-bye. Yeah.